family, and welcome to another episode of Family Meeple. I'm Raymond, and this is a continuation of Marvel United, an Ultimate campaign for Season 1. And today we are going to see Venom in action, and we are playing on hard challenge mode. So facing off against Venom, we have Mantis. They removed her double wild, and we also have Yondu. So with Mantis and Yondu, we are seeing Venom venturing into the Guardians of the Galaxy world, and so we have set up such locations around the board. So let's have a look and see what we've got. So we've got Nowhere. So at the end of your turn, you may discard one action token to gain 2 action tokens of your choice. We have the Collector's Museum. At the end of your turn, you may discard an action token to draw a card. We have Morag. At the end of your turn, you may gain a wild token. We have the Kiln. So at the end of your turn, you may discard one card from your deck. From your hand to the bottom of your deck in order to place a token from the pool to any threat card. We have Xandar. At the end of the turn, you may draw cards until you have 3 in your hands. That's our healing point. And then finally, we have the Milano, which at the end of the turn may move to any other location. So let's have a look. So there are no special setup rules for Venom. So let's dig into his special rules. When a hero is knocked out, Venom doesn't activate his BAM. Instead, he plays another master plan card. So he'll be working through his master plan deck very quickly. When he BAMs, you do 1 damage to each hero in Venom's location. 2 if they have any crisis tokens. Then each hero gets a crisis token. Okay. In the event of overflow, if 1 or more tokens cannot be added to a location, 1 hero gets a crisis token. And then finally, the villainous plot. So this is how Venom wins. The heroes lose when all heroes are out of the game. A hero is out of the game when they accumulate this number of crisis tokens. So we are playing a 2-player game, so it's solo but with 2 hands. So 8 crisis tokens per hero. A hero is out of the game. I'm taking it's 8 crisis tokens per hero. The heroes lose when all heroes are out of the game. A hero is out of the game when they accumulate this number of crisis tokens. Yeah, so that's my interpretation of that. Hope you concur. Leave a comment below and let me know if you think different. So let's attribute some health to Venom. So the 2-player game, he has 5 health. So we will put those into play. And then we will take a look at his threats. So what are we going to be facing off against Venom? So we have shape-shifting. Heroes in their turn in this location gain 1 crisis token, 3 heroic feats to clear. We have, let's turn them over, infect. Give 1 crisis token to any hero heroes choose. That's when Venom lands in that location. Another effect, infect, going out to Morag. Organic fangs. When taking damage, heroes in this location take 1 extra damage. That's over at the Kiln. Then we've got shape shifting again at Xandar, and more organic fangs at the Milano. Okay, so what we've got then is 2 locations with the infect. So if Venom lands there, then that triggers that effect. Otherwise, we are free to play. So let's have a look first of all at location 1 will be the starting point for Venom. So he will start over here in Nowhere, and that means our heroes will begin in the Kiln. That's it, folks. Setup is almost ready. Let's have a look at drawing starter hands. So Yondu has his turncoat. You may turn each civilian into a thug and each thug into civilian in your location, and then you'll get to play a heroic feat. We've got double attack and a move and heroic feat, and Mantis will begin with empathic manipulation with a wild to cancel any BAM on the next master plan card. We've got a heroic feat and a move. Okay, and we've removed their double wild, so that's it. We are completely set up. We are ready to begin. Let's have a look. First card, Venom. Move clockwise to the next location with any heroes. So of course, as we just had, so they are over at the kiln. Now we don't have a BAM, but instead we have Entangle. Give 1 crisis token to 1 hero in Venom's location. Oh, and then BAM. Thanks for that then. Okay, so we're doing a crisis token first to any hero. So let's just remind ourselves the effect of having a crisis token. BAM, deal 1 damage to each hero in Venom's location, 2 if they have a crisis token. And then each hero gains a crisis token. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're going to put out 3 crisis tokens, 2 for 1, 2 if they have. No, it's going to be. Wow. So 1 hero will. Oh, no. Okay. Gosh. Right. Okay. Got it. Right. So, on the basis that Mantis has got a whole bunch of single cards and will take more damage if she has a crisis token, I'm going to give her the crisis token to start with. So that's the Entangle. Give a crisis token to 1 hero in Venom's location, and then deal 1 damage to each hero in Venom's location. So that's 1 damage to each of our heroes. What to get rid of? Mind you, could do with those heroic feats to clear those. Okay, we'll get rid of the turncoat. Just think we could do with the heroic feats to get rid of the threats. Okay, so then we're going to deal 2 damage to a hero if they have any crisis tokens. So sorry, so Mantis takes 2 damage. Okay, and then each hero gets a crisis token. So Mantis now has 2 crisis tokens. Yondu has 1. Wow, that was very quick to put out those crisis tokens. Okay, it is our turn. Now, big concern, he's not put anything out. I don't know what's in Venom's deck. Just thinking about clearing these missions. So what have we got out on the board? We've got presently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thugs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 civilians. Okay, I mean, it's enough to keep us busy for the time being, I would guess. I wonder if it's worth taking out some of these. I think the Infect are probably the worst ones at the moment because they are just giving out crisis tokens to heroes wherever they happen to be. Therefore, let's use Yondu's effect. So we're moving left to right as a way. So Yondu's, sorry, we'll draw a card first of all. That's fine. So we're going to do a move and a heroic feat to enable Yondu to move and put a heroic feat out on the Infect threat. Over to Mantis. She will draw a card. Oh, nice. She also has a move and a heroic feat. That's handy, Harry. Okay, so she will move and place a heroic feat also on, in fact, 2 heroic feats, which clears that threat. And she has got another moves if she wants to, or she could stay where she is and get a wild token. I think she will stay where she is and get a wild token. Okay, so that worked out quite well. So we've cleared the threat now off of Morag. So we're going to take that threat token and add that to our missions. Okay, and then we are back to Yondu, and Yondu has a move and attack. And he's got a move and a heroic feat in the timeline. Yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so we're going to do move and attack on the basis that Yondu will be able to move here, attack thug, so that's first thug done, and place a heroic feat on the infect. And we're going to avoid moving to the shape-shifting locations. So just as a reminder, heroes ending their turn in this location get a crisis token. Let's not do that then. I don't think we've got a means to get rid of crisis tokens either, but we'll see. We are off to Venom. He will move 1. So he has moved to Xandar. There are no heroes there. He will do his BAM, which is to deal 1 damage to each hero in Venom's location. Then each hero there gets crisis tokens. There's no heroes there, so we are good. And then he's going to put out some thugs, which is good because that gives us an ability to clear another mission. So 1 in his location and 1 on each side. Okay, so that is it. So there's 1 here and 1 here and here, and that card is gone. We are over to Mantis. Mantis will, so she's got a double attack, so we could head round that way. That's probably as good as I'm going to get. So we're going to take the double attack, which means we can do a single attack where she is at the moment and clear a thug. She can then do a move and then do a double attack at the kiln. Maybe potentially working our way towards Xandar on the basis that we could maybe clear shape-shifting and unlock our ability to heal, perhaps. We'll see. Okay, so that is it for Mantis. We are over to Yondu. So double attack and a move. We've already got a double attack and timeline. It's not much use. Ideally we wanted to have heroic feats to clear this infect. Okay, I mean we can. I don't really want to end my turn at nowhere. So again, I can move here and I can clear these 2 thugs, but shapeshifting means he then gets a automatic crisis token at the end of the turn. I've got no way to get rid of them. But there's not much in the way of alternatives. In terms of, so there's no point me staying where I am. I can't do anything there. I could move 1 and get a and then just waste the double attack and get a wild token at the end of the turn. I think right now that's going to be my safest bet, unfortunately. So we're going to do move 1. We've got double attack, which does nothing, but we'll get a wild token that we can spend in a future turn. We are back to Mantis. Single attack. Okay, we're going to play the empathic manipulation. So it means Mantis has a move and a wild. Got a wild token as well. What to do? I think again the safest bet is going to be move there, use the wild on the card to rescue a civilian, and then gain another wild token. What I'm trying to avoid, folks, is ending up in this location here, for example, Xandar, where ideally I want to clear that because that gives us healing. But shape-shifting, heroes ending their turn in this location get a crisis token. That's what I'm trying to avoid. So that's here and here. So they're the 2 locations at the moment trying to avoid ending on, unless I've got the ability to clear that threat on the turn I move there. That's what I'm working towards. That's the plan. That's the notion. Okay, so that is our 3 hero turns. We are back to Venom. who will move one. He's just slowly creeping around the board. Okay, there is no BAM, and he's going to put out a whole bunch of civilians, but that does mean we are now going to encounter our first 2 overflows. Because he's putting out 2 civilians here at nowhere, which has capacity. And then he's putting out 2 civilians in the Milano, but he can only fit 1 there. So that triggers his overflow. So 1 hero gets a crisis token. Ouch. So at the moment that'll be Yondu on the basis he's currently got 1 versus Mantis, who has 2. But then again, Xandar will also get 2 civilians, but can only actually take 1. So we have the choice now. We have balanced books, both have 2. Let's give a 3rd to Mantis. Sorry, Mantis. But that is it. That is his turn done. We are back to Yondu. He's got lots of attacks at the moment, and a move and an attack. Okay. Boy. Oh, we've got a wild in the timeline, and he has got a wild. Okay, so we could clear a threat then, and unlock the collectors. So Yondu could do a move and attack. There's nothing to attack in his area. So it gives him a move, an attack, and a wild. So he can move, nothing to attack, play the wild to place another heroic feat, and then use this wild token to place the 3rd heroic feat, which clears that threat. Okay, and then at the end of his turn in that location, you may discard 1 action token to draw a card. Unfortunately, he hasn't got any action tokens. Now, if it was an ability to discard a crisis token, that would have been awesome, but it's not. So moving on, Mantis will draw. So she's got another single wild, no ability this time. Got to move an attack from Yondu. Darn it. What to do, folks? What to do? We've got 2 and 3 crisis tokens. A hero's out of the game when they accumulate this number of crisis tokens. 8. Heroes lose when all heroes are out of the game. So I could potentially end up with 1 hero fighting off Venom. Interesting. I think they'll very quickly run out of cards, however. Okay, so I've got to move and attack in the timeline, in the storyline. There's no point me doing an attack, so it's got to be the wild. Therefore, I can do a move and attack on a wild, and I have 2 wild tokens. I mean, I could clear the kiln. Oh, I didn't move that threat token down. So I could do that. I think I'm loath to do it on the basis that I'm aware it's the least impacting of all the threats on the board. Oh, what a pain! What a pain! Just needed 1 more move, and I've been able to get to where I wanted to get to, but I can't. Okay, I think we're going to have to do it. So we're going to move, and we're going to spend our 2 wilds and the extra wild to put 3 heroic feats on here. At the end of your turn, you may discard 1 card from your hand to the bottom of your deck, which I can't afford to do because I'll just be knocked out. So yeah, it's a pretty useless location in this instance. Never mind. Okay, so that's 2 actions. We are back to Yondu, and he will. Okay, lots of attacks. Thanks for that. I think he's going to have to go to nowhere. So he's going to use the wild to enable him to move to nowhere, and then he'll do 2 attacks to kill 2 thugs, to defeat 2 thugs. Put them up there, and then because he's ended his turn in that location, he will take another crisis token. So that's 3 out of 8. So they both got 3 each, and it is back to Venom. Whoops. So Venom will move 2 and bam. Now fortunately that does mean he flies straight past Yondu in nowhere and off to the Collector's Museum, which we've cleared. And he will bam, which means he'll do 1 damage to each hero there, which is none, and then each hero there gets crisis token, which is none. So thankfully the bam is completely ineffective. Did he bam last turn? He didn't, did he? No. That's fine. I was just thinking the master plan bam would have been blocked, but he didn't anyway. That's fine. Okay, apologies. And then he's going to put out some thuggy wuggies. Okay, let's have a look then. 3 thugs. 1, 2, 3. Let's put them out. And... sorry, 3. So... thug in his location, 1 either side, and that is his action done. That's his card finished. So we got away lightly at the moment, and we are back to Mantis. Ooh, double heroic feat. She can't move. Flippin' heck. Oh, that is annoying for sure. It's a rare occasion, folks, when you get the cards aligned in such a way that you pretty much cannot do anything at all on your turn. And unfortunately this is one such rare occasion, and it really is quite frustrating. Oh, I can't even take advantage of the kiln's ability because you just knock out. So the only thing she can do is rescue a civilian, and that's it. That's her done. The one advantage is it does mean she's put 2 heroic feats in to help out, hopefully, Yondu clearing this location. He has a wild. Awesome. So that works for us. However, it does then expedite Venom's card drawing. Oh, flipping heck. Okay, so we're going to clear shapeshifting. It gives us the ability to discard tokens to get other tokens, which we can't do because we don't have any tokens to discard. And that now means that Venom is acting every 2 turns. So we are back to Venom, who will move 2 and bam, that is not good. We'll do 2 damage to Mantis. She is knocked out. She has crisis tokens, and then she will also get a crisis token. It's an interesting one actually. So another pause for thought. You believe, certainly in regards to damage, you can't target a hero if they're knocked out. What I don't know is, seeing as we've just knocked out Mantis, does she still receive the extra crisis token? I'm going to assume for now yes, but that's something maybe to look into another time. So she's halfway now to meeting Venom's quota to being taken out of the game. She's not good, but on a positive, she will get to draw her full hand size back up. So we'll see how that works. But Venom is not yet finished. He's done his BAM. He will now put out 2 civilians at the kiln. he'll put out 2 civilians at Morag, and then he can't put out any civilians at Xandar, because Xandar is already full. So that's not great. Xandar here. So it does mean we are going to have to suffer the consequence of 1 hero gets 1 crisis token. If 1 or more can't be added, 1 hero gets 1 crisis token. Okay, so we're going to give that to Yondu then. So Yondu will also now have 4 crisis tokens, the same as Mantis. Okay, so that wraps up Venom's turn. We are back to our heroes, and Yondu went last, so we are standing Mantis back up, and we are drawing back her hands. We've got a move and heroic feat. Heroic feat, another hero draws 2 cards. Psychic healing, that's nice. Astral projection. This turn you may use each action as if you are in a different location. Interesting. And then a move, finally. Lots of heroic feats. So that is very handy. Except we're now trying to defeat thugs in order to complete our mission, so we can start actually taking out Venom. Okay, so however, it would be handy potentially to unlock Xandar. Maybe. What have we got? We've got a Wilder timeline. Unfortunately, I don't have a double heroic feat. This turn you may use each action. So I could stay where I am and do astral projection and put 2 heroic feats onto shape-shifting. Or am I better to do healing? So if I do astral projection, that at least enables me to use the wild to clear a thug from Xandar. Up here, so we've got a thug from Xandar that can be cleared with the wild, so that's a punch. And then the heroic feat can be used to clear a civilian in her location. She stay where she is. Stay where she is. So that works for us. As good as any. Not taking any damage being there, so that's fine. So we are back to Yondu. Draw a card. Yaka Arrow Whirlwind. Start from your location and going clockwise. Defeat 1 thug in each location. Only stop where there are no thugs in the next locations. Ooh, that's quite nice. That would actually enable us to clear the this mission. So looking at the board, so it means we can clear a thug here, and a thug here. It would stop at the kiln, but that would be enough to clear this mission. So I think that is what we're going to do. And we can also rescue another civilian, but that's a by the side. So we're going to play his Whistling Arrow, and he will defeat 2 thugs to complete our mission. So Venom is now vulnerable to damage, and he can rescue a civilian as well, because, well, why not? That's with the extra heroic feat he got from Mantis. And it is back to Venom, who will move 3. Ooh, 1, 2, 3. So he's now in nowhere with Yondu. He doesn't bam, and he's got to put out tokens. Okay, I think this is going to get close, folks. Okay, let's have a look then. So we're going to put out a thug and a civilian to nowhere. We're going to put out a thug and a civilian to the museum, and we can't put out a thug and a civilian at the Milano because it is full. So if one or more tokens can't be added to a location, one hero gets a crisis token. And again, we'll go back to Mantis. So she's got 5 out of 8. And we are now back to, that wraps up Venom's actions. We're back to our heroes. Yondu acted last, so it's back to Mantis, who draws heroic feat. No attacks, but she does have the ability to give Yondu extra cards. So let's do that. We'll play a heroic feat to rescue a civilian and enable Yondu to draw 2 more cards. Arrow Flurry, nice. Everyone loves a flurry, particularly in summer. For those not in the UK, that would be a 99 ice cream. Okay, so we've got Turncoat, which I'm not interested in. We've run out of cards. It's not good, but hopefully deal 3 points of damage, splitting as you like in your and adjacent locations. I think this is definitely the way to go. So Yondu will play his Arrow Flurry and do 3 points to Venom, leaving him with just 2 points left. Unfortunately, the heroic feat, we can rescue a civilian. Let's do that. Let's rescue another civvy. So it's another step closer to an extra card each. Not that we have any, but that is it for our 2 actions. We are back to Venom, who will stay where he is, and bam. So he's going to do 2 points of damage to Yondu. So it says deal 1 damage to each hero in Venom's location, 2 if they have any crisis tokens. Well, yeah, duh. And then he will also gain a crisis token. So let's give him yet another crisis token. He's now up to 5, so they've got 5 each. And we're going to do 2 points of damage, so I think we're going to get rid of those 2. But the fact that he's stayed where he is and he has that double attack means that has won us the game. But we'll play it through. Mantis will draw her final card, which is a single attack. She did have more singles, I felt, than normal. But there it is. Okay, so she can do an attack. What's she got as an alternative? No, that's fine. So we'll do a move and a heroic feat. So a move and a heroic feat, and she's got a heroic feat in the timeline, so she can move to Xandar and do 2 heroic feats there. And we're back to Yondu, and Yondu will draw a card. Does not matter. He'll do his 2 points of attack and a heroic feat. And of course this is where then he could do use the heroic feat to clear a civilian. Clearing that civilian immediately clears this mission, which means we get to draw an extra card. So Yondu has drawn one up. Not that it matters, because he will now do his 2 points of damage to Venom over in Nowhere, and Venom is out of the game. Woo! Wow. I mean, and we got up to 5, so Mantis got knocked out, and we got up to 5 crisis tokens each. So that was pretty good going. What would the next card have been? Another Entangle. Give 1 crisis token to 1 hero in Venom's location, and then bam, and he would specifically move to the next location clockwise where there is a hero. So that absolutely would have happened. So yeah, and I think being hit with that early on in the game definitely made a difference, but very different again. I wasn't quite sure. I had to keep going back to Venom's card, refresh my, okay, what do I do now? But yeah, very, very different challenge. As you saw, no way to get rid of crisis tokens. So yeah, it was all about then, okay, I've got to focus on the mission at hand. I've got to focus on how do I get the threats cleared, what are the most impactful threats, how do I deal with whatever tokens are out there, be the thugs and civilians, But yeah, it actually worked out quite well having Yondu and Mantis in terms of that. I felt there was definitely a split, with Yondu doing much more physical damage to the attacks, and Mantis doing much more of the heroic feats and bringing that to the floor. But I think they worked well. They worked well together because we needed those heroic feats in order to clear the threats. Very heroic feat heavy threats, and it's been quite a number of games actually seen that now. So yeah, so it was good. It was interesting. It was kind of like going back to the original, you know, some of that original content of lots of threats with heroic threats, heroic feats that need to be completed. Yeah, so it's back to that almost staple, if you like, feature with Venom there. But again, those crisis tokens and how they played out, very different again. So no, thoroughly enjoyable. Really enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed that as well. So that was played on hard. We just about managed to do it before we completely ran out of cards as well. So that's the impact of not just losing your double wilds and being able to do extra stuff on the board, but actually having one less card each really steps up needing to overcome the villain that bit faster. But no, thoroughly enjoyable. Really enjoyed that. So that's it, folks. That's it for this time. If you've liked this, please hit that like button. If you want to encourage me to create more, please hit that subscribe. That really does encourage me to keep going. And yeah, we'll now have a look and see what new goodies we've unlocked. Thanks for watching.